Moving on to question number 2, and we'll start with Alton on this one, and then we'll move on down the line to Gary. With a general municipal election held in the fall of 2009, why are you choosing to run for council now? And how do you plan to have an easy transition into the council?
Okay, well, obviously I'm running for council now because there is a vacancy. At that time, I chose not to run for various reasons. But at this point in time, I think that the time is right for me to run. Myself personally, I've got, as I mentioned last night, one of the qualities of a counselor, a couple of qualities of a counselor is that you have to be committed, you have to be passionate about what you're doing, you have to believe in the city. I have all that. Plus I got the experience. Whoever goes into this council right now, you're going into the council has already been in there a minimum of almost a year and a half, I believe, right now. And so when you hit the floor, you've got to be prepared to move fast because you know there's not going to be a lot of catch-up time here. So like I said, I've had the experience in the past. I know how it works, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I'm not saying I know everything's going on down there. I've got to get to speed with some of the issues and everything that are there now, plus things that I like to bring to this, also.
Just a couple seconds.
Yeah, what was the other part of that question?
How would you make an easy transition into the current council?
Well, I think I can do that because I had the experience. So to me, I can, and like Trent, I read the City Act also, which helps. Okay. Thanks.
All right, thank you all. Gary?
Well, I guess for me, the timing was right from a personal perspective. My career's been established. I moved back to the city 4 years ago. I wanted to get a better understanding of some of the issues. So I think the timing was right for me to try to put my voice forward. I think I have the educational experience. I have an economics degree. I have a business and minor in business administration. I've sold some of the most advanced surgical technical equipment in the world, so I think I can grasp technical issues fairly quickly. And in my previous job, for 4 years, I was personally and directly responsible for managing an $8 million expense budget. And when you put that into perspective, I believe the city's budget is $28.3 million, and I've had direct experience with being personally responsible for managing an $8 million expense budget. So I think I have the education, I think I have the ability to grasp technical issues, and I think I clearly have the sound financial management skills to be a member of council and get right up to speed right away.
Okay, thank you, Gary. Tara?
I'm going to get you, do you mind reading that whole thing again?
Sure.
Thanks.
With the general municipal election held in the fall of 2009, why are you choosing to run for council now? And how do you plan to make an easy transition into the current council?
Well, actually, in the election of 2009, I did run, and I was just 247 votes shy of getting on council. So there were 6 candidates elected, and I was in the number 7 spot. So I did run, and I competed with all the councillors who are on right now, and actually, it's unfortunate that this by-election is taking place under the circumstances that it is because of Councillor Renoff's passing away. But when I did run in 2009, it was funny because Charlie and I were both dog lovers, and we had on one of our platforms that we wanted to have a dog park and have some different things for our canine friends, and we also shared the same slogan, "Let's work together," on our signs. So I joked around with them at one point, and I said, "People are going to think I'm kind of piggybacking off your campaign," and I don't know if it worked because I almost got in. But I think the transition for me specifically wouldn't be that hard because I know all the councillors pretty, well enough. And we did run together, and that was a great race in 2009, and it was a lot of fun. And it was just like a big happy family would be all back together again.
Okay. Thank you, Tara. Trent?
Well, I'm going to answer that backwards. I think that I would make a good transition because I'm so knowledgeable about the development regulations, municipal plans, and bylaws, legislation, statute. I live and breathe that stuff, and I know it like the back of my hand. I venture to say that I probably know it better than half the people in there working that deals with that every day. And I've had many dealings with this city, many, and I know how it works. I know every department, who runs them, their assistants. I know. This is you got to be able to hit that ground running and go on a 2.5-year term. There's no time to fool around. Why did I run? Oh, well, personally, I think life leads you places, and you either follow or you develop an education through your experience, and you know, you can either sit back and you know, just leave it, or you can, you know, put yourself out there and grow and move forward. And as far as I'm concerned, I've contacted council by email no less than 15 times over the past year with different issues. I contacted them about the potential for fires at the dump. There was no water tank issue there. Stockpiling wood at the dump with arsenic and lead paint in it. You know, the mill's chipping that for burning as hot fuel. I don't want to be burning that stuff. I've contacted them about their voting practices, their ratification procedures, their appeal board structure. A lot of these things I'm after sorting out behind closed doors by myself. And as far as I'm concerned, I never got one email regarding any of those issues back from any of the councillors. All those issues, you know, problem with bark coverage at the dump. So I said to myself, you know, if I can't do anything on the outside, if I'm not even going to be able to get a response here to, you know, I mean, I think I have some good valuable input. I said, if I can't do it on the outside, I'm going inside it. So hopefully I'll get there.
All right, thanks, Trent. June.
Thank you. A year and a half ago, when the 2009 elections were going on, I chose at the time to run again for school board, and I felt that I really need to devote to one or the other. Even though I'd served on the board for 20 years, it was an opportunity for me to allow new younger members to segue into the board, and it would have been my last term on the board. My family, I've raised my family here, and we've many issues that are facing the school district here, such as restructuring of Brook, and I believe that that's a job now for people with new young families. Perhaps some of you would be interested in and participating in the school board in the next elections. I also thought that it was an opportunity now to move forward with some of the issues that are facing the city that I've become aware of. So that's the reason I decided at this time that I would come forward and chose not to in the fall of the year. Having said that, I think that coming on board would be relatively seamless for me. I'm a team player. I've been on many national, provincial, and again local boards. I'm familiar with committees, committee structures, committee meetings, the process that goes on there. I believe in the process of governance, the concept of people coming together to discuss policy and listening to sharing in ideas, and then determining collectively policy, and then enabling administrative staff to enact that. So I understand that process. Would I have to go on specific details? Absolutely. It's just as each of us, when we take on a new job or a new challenge, there are issues that we need to learn, and it's exciting and exhilarating to do so. So I'm looking forward to that challenge.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll open it up now to anyone who would like to make some follow-up comments or remarks very quickly.